Hello, everybody. This video is for chi-squared tests. Okay. If you were gone, here is a video. Here, if you weren't gone, here's another video to show you the steps. So we had 8 steps we were going over. They're listed right there. Pause the video. You can watch them, look at them, and so forth. But I'm going to go through a question. So it says 200 different people of different ages were asked to choose their favorite type of music from the from those popular choices there. So popular country, Western, heavy metal, blah, blah, blah. And those are the results. It says it was decided to form a chi-squared test for independence at the 5% level of data. So step 1 is get your calculators out. Now, step 0 is make observed and expected tables. We're going to kind of go in a different order. Now that we have calculators, we're going to do it in a little different order here. Okay? So we have our calculator. If you hit second matrix, go over to edit and edit the A matrix. This is a 3 by 3 matrix. We don't need the sums in there. We don't need the titles or anything. Okay, and we type them in. So 35, 5, 50, 30, 10, 20, 20, 25, and 5. Okay, double check, make sure we got them all right. Okay, so step 1, step 0 is make observed and expected tables. Okay, to do that, we need our calculator. So after we type them in, we're going to hit stat, go over to tests, go all the way down to chi-squared test. Make sure the observed table is the table you put your observed values in. We did. It's just going to hit enter. Okay, and it's going to give us a few things here. Now notice our 8 steps here. Step 5 is calculate the chi-squared calc. That's done for me. P-value, it gives it to me. Step 7 is confirm results of p-value. So I'm done with step 7 almost. And it gives me DF of 4, which is step 2. Okay, so I have 51.6. It gave it to me. I have DF of 4, and I have my p-value. Okay, now notice in your calculator, p-value is 1.712138 e to the negative 10th. That means times 10 to the negative 10th. So that's why I got 9 zeros here. I had to move the decimal point over 10 spots to the left. Okay, so just by doing the chi-squared test, I'm on step 2, 5, and 7. Okay, now I'm still doing step 0. The observed table's done. The expected table, if you go back into your matrix, you'll notice your B matrix is now also a 3 by 3. If you go over to edit and down to the B matrix, you click enter, your expected values are there. And you just write them down for your expected table. So step 0 was make observed. It's provided. And the expected tables, here's your expected table. You just copy these values down like that. Okay. So in my calculator, I got step 0 done, step 2, 5, and 7. So let's just keep going. Step 1 is state the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. It says the null hypothesis means they're independent. Alternative is not independent. So I just write my null hypothesis. Music choice and age are independent. The alternative, H sub 1, music choice and age are not independent. Step 1 done. Step 2, calculate the degree of freedom. That's done. Okay. Step 3, quote the significance level. Most of the time it's given to you. So if I read through the problem, it says at 5% level. Step 3 is just to restate that. So 5% significance level. Okay. Step 4, state the rejection inequality. To do the rejection inequality, you're going to need this table that my face is currently blocking, and whoops. Okay. And to do that, use this table, you need degree of freedom and you need your significance level. Luckily for us, step 2 and 3 right above it are those two things. So my degree of freedom is 4. Go to 4. 5% significance level. And it's going to give you a value. So go down to 4, over to 5. 9.49 is my significance level. Or sorry, my critical value. So step 4 is state the rejection equality. So we reject h sub 0 if chi-square calc is greater than. The left side always stays the same. It's always that. We reject h sub 0 if chi-square calc greater than blank. The blank comes from this table. Okay, the 9.49. Okay. Move this sucker up here. We don't need the expected table anymore. Step 5 is done. Calculate the chi-squared. We got it. Step 6 is either accept or reject the h sub 0. So step 4 says we reject h sub 0 if the chi-square calc is greater than 9.49. Well, guess what? 51.6 is greater than 9.49. So we are going to reject h sub 0. Okay, since 51.6 is greater than 9.49, it says we reject h sub 0. Okay, step 7 says confirm results with p-values. It says if p is greater than your significance level, accept. P is less than significance level, reject. Well, 0.00000000171 is less than 0.05. Now the 0.05 is your significance level, 5%. You need to do it as a decimal. So if this were 10% significance level, you'd be comparing your p-value to 0.1. Okay, I'm comparing it to 0.05. But since it's smaller, right here it says reject h sub 0. So we're rejecting it again, the null hypothesis. Okay, these steps 6 and 7 will always tell you the same thing if you do it right. Okay, so since we reject h sub 0, it means we're rejecting that the two variables are independent, meaning h sub 1 is what we're going to be doing, the alternative hypothesis. So our conclusion, music, choice, and age are not independent. Okay, that is a chi-squared test. Hopefully that helps out and you can use this as more